Right. Okay. All right. We're back to reacting. This time we're reacting to DJ Academics. With like he did an interview with Joe Biden. Um, I haven't watched the full interview like on Spotify because I know
The full episode of this podcast can be
I know that the full episode is on Spotify, right? I haven't watched it off record yet, but I thought, you know what, just to get my little feet wet, I'll react to a snippet of the conversation and see where that takes me. But anyways, yeah. After this, I'm gonna jump to the podcast and listen to the whole thing. But anyway, let's just go ahead and react and see what they're talking about. Apparently, they're debating about business models and companies and no jump and shit. So, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe.
seen for free. Click the link in the bio chat. Let's get it. The conversation I was having was, so Adam has a platform with a bunch of people. There's a bunch of infight and drama, this and third. However, pretty much everybody on that platform has their own thing on the side. And then I started to think about the whole thing, and I'm
Oh shit! I don't mean to laugh. I just find it funny when academics is flexing his whole shit, like, yeah, man. Yeah, like, listen, I mean, at some time, like at some point, like, you have to flex that you've got all that shit, man. But I fuck with art because of like the opposite way, like because he don't do that shit. But anyway, that's just me. Yeah, but I just find that funny. But yeah, I mean, like, if you got it, you gotta flaunt it, man. Shut up. At some point, you gotta flex and show them how what you're working with. So, hey, if you work hard, I always say you have to play harder sometimes. So, or show harder or whatever, you know.
like, at Complex, people like Nadeska and whoever else, and they were not allowed to go monetize off whatever happened there on the side. And I was wondering, in this new way of developing a platform and potential network, if you're signing people, do you basically tell them they could kind of cannibalize whatever you got going on and just like pretty much bring it home or make another show that's, because all these guys has other podcasts, right? Like, some people just showing up to mail it in, like, yeah, I'm just here to get paid, and you know what I mean?
I try to encourage all of my people to have other things going on, or tell them the benefits in having other things going on.
And that's where it's interesting, because, obviously you later said that you didn't tell Rory and Millie Mall not to like do other things on the side, but I'm wondering if it helped the podcast that they could only be exclusively heard on the podcast.
No. I'll go to my grave saying that hurt, and that was a big part of our problem or my problem with them.
Joe is sitting like a bad bitch. Joe is saucy as fuck, man. Like, you can't. I don't know. Yeah.
Which was, I was at Spotify and just taking calls with people and realizing that the only real money was going to come in multiple shows. I was the biggest dog in the land with all the numbers, biggest show. I done mad subscriptions, mad inventory. I done did all of that. And these are the numbers here. Yeah, you need multiple shows to drive this up. You could look at Bill, you could look at what just happened with Barstool, you could look at anybody, any inspiration. That's what it is. So I needed them to create shows. They didn't have to be my shows. We just needed to be armed with show.
Well, suppose they wanted to create, but just now under the umbrella.
So what? Creating. Do it.
Okay.
Yo, this don't get talked about enough. You know how many times people come to me with like show ideas and I turn them down and want nothing to do with them? Every show that I greenlight are bills for me.
That is true.
It's an expense. So that means somebody coming to me with their bright idea. Yo, I think I should cook hamburgers every Tuesday. I think it's gonna be a vibe. Like, I'm not in the position that the other podcasters in. Like, or well, you here too. I don't know. You paid for all this shit. You designed all this shit. Like, when you see me in some shit, I paid for that. I picked that. It's all me. So I'm not in a rush to you know how fly your idea gotta be.
Yeah.
For me to want it. But if you just have one, it helps.
True. It's kind of interesting. What did you think about the content game and space getting to where, you know, hosts getting spat on, people getting slaps, fades outside?
I won't ever run my business that way. I won't ever invite people that I believe would behave that way. I don't.
Yeah, this motherfucker is the one who'll be behaving that way. I mean, like Joe Biden, like his track record, motherfucker. He'll be the one speaking on motherfuckers. He'll be the one. I don't know about asking a fade outside, but this nigga is the one with all the bullshit. I don't know.
I'm not telling anybody how to run their shit. I would never get into it.
I agree. I started for a second when I started seeing it. I'm like, I think this is the behavior they expected that I would be doing. Like, I'm like, yo, they thought this down low ghetto shit that, you know what I mean, is all over the place, mudslinging, people spitting on each other.
But we can't do it because we black.
I tell you what though, I feel like this would be a like for DJ academics. I feel like if he did like a Howard Stern type of shit, like where he like you know how Howard Stern did his his shit, like, and he had like different characters coming in. Like if academics did his Spotify shit like this, and like on the lives, he brings in all the chat niggas, like you know, like those different characters, like I don't know, them niggas on the like the ones who are jumping on Discord and shit. If he brought them characters in, like let's say he's got like a guest, like a so-called celebrity or whatever, and then he brings in like the chat niggas in as well to weigh in and shit, or not to jump in, but like to weigh in and like to kind of like, you know, like intertwine with the interview. I feel like that shit would be so funny. Like, you know how how Howard Stern was doing his shit. Like if they come in and do like beats and shit, like that shit would be hilarious. And academics would be like over there like running the whole show, but he will have like the guest there and then have all the like the different chat nigga characters coming in. I just feel that shit would hit. I feel like that shit would go. That would be so dope. I don't know. There's an idea.
That was the point that I was telling him when he was up there. One of the points. He can do that because he's white.
Why do you think we can't do it?
I would be thrown out of any hip hop industry conversation or facility. Or they would never send an artist to me. They would never allow me places if I just had fights and people spitting on each other and punching each other every other month.
Well, I think Adam has kind of leaned, or he's pivoted to fuck the artist. Let's create it all within.
And I like that for him.
But then I also say to you, what do we think? I just had Natalie Nunny here. What do we think about Zeus? That's ran by a black dude. This dude's named Lemmy.
Can you imagine when Natalie Nunn was there and like let's say AJ or like one of them chat niggas like asking like one of them like where like get those niggas to ask questions where academics like could never ask. Like let's say if they wanted to ask something about anything, them niggas could get away with asking those type of questions. So I feel like, see, that's me thinking about the content wise. Content wise, it would be amazing because, yeah, I don't know. I think that would work. I'm thinking of content, bro.
Yeah, but there's a clear content model that both of them have. Zeus has one, it's working. Adam has one, it's working. There's no one way to do this thing. So I'm just saying, that's why I specifically said I would.
See, what I'm talking about is all like the content wise thing. I think that's what Adam wanted to do. I think Adam wanted to do like the Howard Stern thing with his show, like kind of like making it like a like the character based. Like when I say character based, like it means like the people he hired, he wanted to turn them into characters like how Howard Stern did it. But the only difference with Adam and the Howard Stern thing was, I feel like Adam was using his employees as like the work pack, whereas like you shouldn't use your employees as the work pack. And if you know Howard Stern and if you've watched Howard Stern and if you studied Howard Stern, you know what the work pack is. I feel like the employees should not be the wet pack. The employees should be there to do bits and like to kind of maneuvers like or to ask certain questions like where the host might not ask. But I feel like that's what Adam was trying to go for, but like it went horribly. I feel like it went horribly. He was treating his employees as the wet packs. No, like you have to find like a whole different like category. Wet packs should be like a whole different thing. You know what I mean? So I think that's where Adam went wrong. I don't know, but this is just me reading into the situation and watching what's going down. But yeah, it might not be anywhere near the truth, but that's what I observed.
Don't do it. I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm not saying anybody shouldn't. Right? Like I come from loving hip hop, like original loving hip hop. But even that had to stop. It gets dangerous. You start throwing cups and shit, now it's lawsuits. We're in the land of lawsuits now.
Tell me about it.
Lawsuits and liability. So yeah, everybody got to kind of keep it down a bit.
Would you ever fuck with Zeus? Like if apparently they're offering some crazy amount of money.
Well, they have it, but they have a clear content model over there. Nothing about my brand today fits in that content model. Now, if they were open to doing something different, which they maybe will at some point, like OnlyFans, then now we can talk.
How much money do you think they got? I'll be pocket watching them too.
Shit ton.
They were trying to get me they are trying to get me in Blueface to fight. I told them $3-4 million.
Tell them 5.
They look like they're too easy to agree to 3-4. I got to tell them 6 now. They got it?
Yes.
I'm trying to do the math on that. $5 a subscription. I heard they added like 200,000 with that Blueface new show. That's just $1 million a month off revenue.
Listen,
they got other content slate. They probably is that the future of
Yes is the answer. The answer is yes. Paywall, subscription, pay-per-view. Yes, gated.
Facts. It is true. And unfortunately, even though this irks me to say, the Blueface and Christian Rock shit, that shit works. Like, trust me. Like, the engagement on that shit is crazy. Even if I post like, I'll post like some valid shit, like some other shit, like whatever on my page, like the daily happenings on Instagram. That shit won't hit. But if I post Blueface and Christian Rock, skyrocketing. And guess who's in there? Women. Bro, women love that shit. They eat that shit up. For some reason, they eat that shit up, and it's unfortunate, man. But hey, so Zeus Network, them motherfuckers will let Christian and Blueface crash out any day. They don't give a fuck. As long as they're making their money, and of which, like, currently it looks like it's working. Like, people are talking about it. These motherfuckers know how to promote this shit. I hope it's great for their mental health, especially now that they're having kids and trying to have kids, or Christian is pregnant and all that. I don't know if they're gonna slow down. It seems like they are just gonna go and go and go and go and go to promote this shit. But anyway, yeah. I just wanted to react to this before I watched the full episode. So off the record, DJ Academics. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Peace out.